This is going to be the landing video. Nah, don't worry, it only takes me another 2 minutes.
You are bingo fuel, Garlo 1. Be careful.
So how about some guidance?
Target is at bearing 180.
Not helping. This is overall much better than the first time I played this mission. There I realized I'd have to land vertically on the carrier only already on the way home. And I realized I hadn't practiced it at all. It ended up alright in the end, even though at some points I was hovering below the deck level right behind the carrier. But this time things will be different. This time I started the mission knowing full well I still hadn't practiced the landing. I suppose I could use the superstructure for guidance.
Target is at bearing 180.
This is where a downward-facing camera could be really handy. I'm drifting to the left. I could really use a mattress or two right about now.
Target is at bearing 180.
The scariest part of landing a helicopter is the last few centimeters. You know the ground is there, you want to land, but you don't want to hit it too hard. But staying in hover too low is very stressful, so you need to force yourself down before you let your attention slip and fuck up completely.
You are bingo fuel, Garlo 1. Be careful.
There. Back to Everybody Push. This is because I wanted the replay to be a throwback to the early updates of the LP. And definitely not because I forgot to run the music skipping file, and remembered about it only after the mission ended. Mace and Wolf are ahead of us, following their own paths, and Wombat is somewhere. They weren't even mentioned in our briefing. So let's get to the fighting. I don't believe any of those 4 missiles scored a hit. So these superflankers are the Su-37s, which were just a couple of experimental prototypes. However, a lot of the features tested on these birds did make it into the Su-35, the actual superflanker unveiled after this game's release. I think the enemy durability is boosted for the final missions. It's a good thing I fired my MRAMs right off the bat. That scared them off so they didn't attack us. The damage Sukhoi is still turning better than I do. There's 2 landing ahead. Who was his target? Wonderful. We're not done yet. The final sight did let me score a few hits. Or maybe not, maybe that was the smoke from the missile he fired at too while evading my shots. These guys are fun opponents. Still don't know who locked onto me here. Could it have been this guy? And that's it, we're ready to pack it up. Oh, 2 got 3 kills.
The enemy's final stronghold has fallen. Their military regime has collapsed, and the remnants of their forces no longer pose any threat. With the help of allied nations, a new, moderate government is taking shape. The country is now preparing to take its first steps on the long road to recovery. Congratulations, your mission is now complete. You should be proud of your achievements, and we look forward to great things from you in the future.
Congratulations, here are the end credits, mostly Japanese names with the exception of the people who wrote the dialogue. One of them even has a rank. So, I like this game, even though a lot of it is just waiting for a waypoint to trigger. I wish there were a proper mission editor though. I can imagine there's a lot you could do with the whole map at your disposal. And here are the dialogue people. Also, I wish the game had mods for it, because the engine seems to support a lot of features that aren't really used too much. I hope they make something for the new consoles and/or PC, but with Square Enix owning its title, they might not want to resurrect an old obscure series. It's impressive how bad the emulator is at video playback. Oh dear. We didn't kill all the fundamentalists. Bugger. So that was half of Energy Airforce aimStrike. Yes, there are another 13 missions we've skipped. And I'm going to do them in a short edited down format, removing most of the idle time. With the exception of the other final mission, I have no idea what the other levels are like. I've never played them, I left them for the LP. I want to record 5B on an F-22, the Scenario 1 cap on an A-10, and Scenario 1 CAS on a hovering F-35 with Mavericks. But what do I do with the other missions? I need some ideas, thread. I'll post the basic mission map and wait for some plain suggestions.